What up, guys? This is White Lightning, and this is probably going to be my last video about this subject. I can't promise that, but this one's less about talking about things that people need to do. This one's going to be just more about me and how I feel about everything and how I truly want to be feeling. Anyone that doesn't care about that in any shape or form, I understand if you click away now. And I would encourage you to. It's not going to be I'm going to express myself, and I'm not going to necessarily hold back with hiding the truth. So, you stay, I appreciate it. I don't think this breakup is going to be something I get over. It's going to be something I know I'm going to get past, but not over. And that's, I think, one of my biggest problems right now is I can feel it's not going to end the way I wish it would. In the end, I wish I could sit here and say I don't care and that I'll be okay. The way I feel, I'm going to be hurting for a long time about this. Hell, I spent almost 5 years with this person. Our original history before that, my heart tells me what I want. Anyone can come up with young and dumb and being young and I'm not knowing what I feel. This broke me to a new point. And this is where I want to be 100% honest. I have a trouble with, accepting my feelings. I have a tendency to just game it out and I'm fine and I get past it. This one I can't. I've been talking to people to hopefully get an answer to what I'm supposed to do. And I know what I technically need to do, and I've mentioned that in the previous videos. If you feel stuck like I do, just think about the positives. I feel stuck in a big way. I got together with her before I could even just make my own technical decisions. I was 15. I grew up with her and everything else. Like I lived my life basically with her. You know, the important parts, the parts that you really remember. People want to sit there and forget high school. I miss high school. I mean, I'm only 2 years, 3 years out, and I really do miss it. I miss all the people. I miss a lot of the things from then. Then to go into, being an adult, having to pay bills and do all these things. And when I finally was able to make my own decisions, my decisions were mine. I did them. Majority of my decisions for where we lived, what I did, how much I spent, etc., was because of her. I felt, will do, making her happy was the best thing I could do for myself. If she's happy, I was going to be happy. You can quote the saying, happy wife, happy life. That's kind of the truth, but not what I felt. I truly wanted to do anything for her. And that's the thing a lot of friends and family right now don't understand. Everyone that I've talked to has agreed on, for the most part, what I did, in terms of how the breakup went and everything I did that was nice. In a lot of ways, they felt we were really childish and stupid. I mean, not childish necessarily, but stupid. I didn't kick her out. I didn't take away the laptop from her or take away the internet that I was paying for or anything. Like, I still allowed her use my laptop and use all this stuff. I actually did one step further. I stopped being in, as I told you in the past video, we have our desk setup is right next to each other within 5 feet. I stopped being in here to game with friends and everything so that she could have her own privacy in a way. I mean, not much privacy. The walls aren't exactly thick, but she could be in here, be on the computer with him, and spend her time with him. And, it hurt me inside knowing that she's sitting there telling him she loves him when I'm still, here. And there's a lot more complicated things that got into the relationship from there. He was partially confused about what she wanted. We both made a few mistakes within the time she was here. Um, I don't want to get into it too much, but essentially, she and I, did a few things that we shouldn't have because we broke up and was wanting to be with him. And it's hurts me to know that I still did those. I did try to stop it because personally I didn't feel like it was a good idea, but I still gave in the end. And I honestly don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing at this moment. In the moment, it felt great. Now I don't know. It makes letting go harder because we had it, if anything else, we had that chemistry. I don't know what I'm going to do without her here. I mean, I'm moving because of memories, don't want to pay for this much because I was originally doing this for us. And that's what I'm getting at. Like, I did a lot of my decisions were for us, not my well being. And in a lot of ways, that's not a good thing. It's a good thing if it works out, but since it didn't, I don't know how to, I don't know what I'm looking for in a place. I don't know what I'm looking for when I go groceries or whatever else because I didn't care as long as she was happy. He was, good. My decisions didn't matter. And it's not saying she didn't matter to her. It didn't matter to me. I didn't care where we lived as long as we were together. I didn't care what was cooked or made because if she's cooking it, I'm happy. It was good. A lot of it, trust me, a lot of the things she made were great. I don't, it's difficult for me to make my own decisions when the past however long I've made decisions for too. And that's why like I appreciate all my friends and family who have been helping me try to make decisions and giving me ideas. But I also know a lot of those ideas were too rash for what just happened. I will appreciate every single one of them for being there. And I apologize if this is something that's going to it's going to be here a while. Like I apologize now and in the future that this is not something I'm going to get over and it's going to haunt me for a long time. In a lot of ways, I'm going to love her. I'm going to always want her to come back. I'm always want to be with her again. Even if I know that's probably not going to happen. I'm still going to want it. Everyone tells me it's a mistake and I should never even attempt to let her come back. And they don't understand how I feel. Like, they don't understand how much love I had for her. In a lot of ways, the word simp has been overused in so many scenarios. But for your person you're wanting to be with, really feel that way, simping's not a bad thing. But it can haunt you a little bit. Like now, I did like, it's hard to explain, but everything that's pretty much here right now in this household was primarily done for her. Like there are some things I did for myself that I wanted, but primarily, the setup in here, mini fridge, the what I have in other rooms, the bed, like everything was for her. And I really hope she does understand that I did a lot of my stuff for her. I really hope that he can appreciate the fact of what I did end up doing that was for her through all of our relationship, not just this past year, but in the entirety. I mean, for God's sakes, she moved from halfway around the world to come be with me. Now there is a small difference than what she did for him because there was a little bit more reasons for why she wanted to originally leave where she was at, as well as we already were in our relationship, 2.5 years, and before she even came, that's when we got engaged. So there is more to it than the whole 2 month scenario with him and then going. And I don't know my future, and I'm not going to. I'm going to sit here every day and think about her, think about what it could have been, what I did wrong, what I could have done better, and all the millions of things that I shouldn't think about. But knowing that I have to move forward is why this video, for example, is this is my way of saying I love her, I want her, but I know I can't have her. And I have to find a way to deal with that. I've made mistakes in the past just with something like this in general, with not uploading enough or stuff like that. And it is a problem. It's something I want to fix now. And I apologize to her for any and all mistakes I've ever made. Again, we're human, we make mistakes, but I still feel terrible about all of them. And for some of my friends that I have treated poorly, I'm sorry. Family, anyone that I've treated poorly, I'm sorry. You don't honestly realize what you have until you lose it. And with losing her, I've learned what I have. I have some really great friends that I sometimes treat terribly. I want to be better. I treated her well, but there was always those moments when I didn't do what I should have done. I could have treated so much better. Knowing that, it hurts because I know I hurt her in the long run. And there's not enough things I could say or do to show her that sorry, especially at this point with her being with someone else. This is my start. This is my beginning. Friends, to her, to anyone, I appreciate you all. Every day that goes by, I want to be better. Whether it's for her, for you guys. I have to be. My goal, more than anything, is to take what she has shown me with this decision, apply it, so that even if there's a 1% chance that I have to go through something like this again, or I have a scenario like this again, or even it's 1% chance that she comes back, I can be better and well equipped to do what I need to do for the scenario. I don't know what my future. I don't know who I'm going to end up with. I don't know anything. But this has to be my start to make all the mistakes I've done in the past relevant and better. I know she's never going to watch any of these, so I don't know why I'm even going through these. It's just, I know what I feel. I know what I've felt for the past 5 years or before that. Because I still had a connection from first met. We were younger. The young part of me believes that everything can happen. The mature part of me believes that it could still work, but it's never going to be what it could be, what it could have been. Could it be better? Yes. Be worse? Of course. The realistic side of me knows I can't stay like this. I have to adapt. Maybe the next person I'm with, whether it's her or someone else, maybe I'll be again the good guy in doing things and doing things to make them happy, to make myself happy. But there is going to be a part of me that's going to be in pain because of that. And I want anyone to realize that my future holds a lot of things, and I hope it holds a better me. can't apologize enough to her for what my past has done. Still gonna be there for her. Still gonna be there for them, realistically. I hope their relationship works. I hope they go 3, 4 years, get married, have children, stuff that I would like to have done with her, but couldn't because I didn't make her happy enough. And that's my hope for her. That even though I have to take all the pain right now, that her future will be brighter for it. Still the same thing. I'm taking and accepting the pain. I'm taking things from my side and just trying to make her life better. We're talking, I paid for half of the ticket for her to go. I drove her there. I spent the time with her there while the train was late. I did everything a nice person would have done. Since it all happened, I never yelled about it. I never got mad and started going off on her or him. I didn't sit there and say bad things about him, even though, I don't like what happened. I stayed true to myself, that I was going to be nice and anything for her. I really hope he does anything for her. I don't want her to go through a pain of breaking up with him. I know if that happens, it's going to hurt her 10 times. Just because she's going to realize that the pain that she caused me to do all this was for nothing. Other than what she gains from the relationship, from maturing and all that. And that's exactly why I don't want them to be in pain. I don't want them to end things unless it has to be done. Obviously, I'm going to be truthful. There's always going to be a small part of me that wishes she was with me. Bad things happen. But once I separate that truth, that feeling out of me just being petty, into what I actually truly feel, I truly want her happy. With me, not with me. Friends, not friends. I want her happy. If he's not able to give it to her, damn right, she damn well can come back and I can try again. Damn well can do whatever she wants. I care about the happiness. As even my mother and them mentioned, she's not caring about mine. Why would she? In a person, normally you care about your own happiness over someone else's. I'm not like that. I care more about hers. Normal people that I don't know or I barely know, or even just friends, in example, I will end up having like that 50-50 scenario. But for the way I felt for her, it doesn't matter if she cared about my happiness or not, because I care about hers. In the end, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do what I can for her. Boyfriend, fiance, husband, friend, that one person you knew at one point. Can't even get a beer with me, can't even be in the same call with me or whatever else. I don't care. Whatever I need to be for her to be happy, I'm going to be it. Of course, the future may change my opinion of what I want to be. But what's not going to change and hasn't changed since we were little, I want her happy. I'll always want to be that guy that makes her happy. But if I can't, I can't. I'll have to accept that at some point. I don't want to say this because it could hurt my future, but he, in my current opinion, was who I was supposed to be with. He was the perfect person for me. And maybe there's someone up there, that's controlling all things. Maybe not. Since this all happened, I have put new thought into things, and something I never would have done in before is I've been praying. I've learned that what's life without some faith? This all happens for a reason, whether it's a God or just because it has to or whatever. I believe now that anything's possible. I believed anything was possible before, but I didn't have a belief. And now I do. Maybe she was perfect for me. Maybe we were supposed to be together and then I just screwed it up, or we screwed it up, or whatever. She's the person I thought was perfect. Every way, shape, or form. I loved who she was. Appearance, not appearance. I loved everything about her. Loved her singing. We both agree we both suck at singing, but she sounded amazing in a lot of points. She was the person that just kept me together. She made me grow, and she will always be my first love and the one I believe I was supposed to be. Future may tell a different tale, but I know what my heart tells me. I truly loved her enough that I'll be in pain, make sure she's happy. I know this is kind of sad and rambling on about my feelings and all, and I warned that in the beginning. I really hope her old bad habits don't come back up. I tried hard to make sure that those were never coming back. I don't want to get into what they were. Not my place. Really hope she doesn't change into the person that she wanted to be. I hope she's going to be the person she actually wants to be and not whatever shows her or tells her. I hope he's not going to be this end all, psychopath. Right now, I'm going to be honest, right now, a lot of the things that happened, a lot of things that were said from him and all that, it makes it seem that way. I really hope he actually cares and actually loves her. He doesn't. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hurt him or anyone like that. That's not who I am. But her going through pain because someone didn't actually truly love her. And even though I made my mistakes and I understand partially why she left, I truly loved her. So I don't want to see her in a spot where she doesn't have someone who actually cares and loves her. I spent pretty much every day going to work, coming home tired and in pain for her. I don't want to see some guy do the opposite to her and put her in the pain scenario. In the end, it is what it is, and I can't change it. I've mentioned before, I can only do what I can do now. And that show I will be there. If he ends up watching this, I've said this 40 million times. I will be there every step of the way. You need someone to come to, you need someone to get you out, you need someone just to rant about, you need whatever you need. You need someone to be there at your wedding, someone there to be a friend who can help out in whatever scenario. I'll be there. You'll have my heart. Don't be afraid to talk to me. I know you have a whole thing about not dealing with your exes and all that, and you want to get rid of all those memories, but you can't. 5 years is too long to get rid of everything. And I won't sit here and make that excuse that it's over and done. Why should I care? I still do. I meant every word during our relationship that I will care about you forever. I will love you and want to be with you past death. And I'm not saying any of this to harm your relationship. I'm not saying this to get you back. I'm saying the truth. I know the truth is you ain't going to watch this, so why do I not defend myself? Because I still have a conscience. I hope your life turns out good. You'll always have a friend in me, a person who cares. Don't hesitate to talk. Anyone who believes I'm being stupid about this, I don't care. This is what I have to do. This is what you should do. You actually cared for someone, be there for them, no matter what. In a lot of ways, even though we never got married, I considered her my wife. I even was planning on the marriage and all of that and trying to get things set up to be ready for when we wanted to get married. I planned my whole life around it. Of course, my life kind of got shattered. That will not change me. I still am that same guy who helped when you were in a dark place. Still that same guy who loved you. Will be there every. That is video proof now. No matter what, I will be there. And I hope anyone that goes through something like this can be mature enough and nice enough to understand why this is a decision I feel is worthy. In the end, I hope anyone that's watched understands somewhat of why I feel the way I do. I appreciate anyone who watches this. And as like I said, it may not be inspirational, it may not be something to learn from, but I still do hope you can take something from this, even if it is just pay attention to your problems. Be better for whoever you're going to be with. I think that's all I can tell you. Whenever you tell me, talk to me, or whether you don't ever talk to me again, I'll be here. No matter what. Good night, guys.